Hi, this is Luke with harmonica.com, and this is my review of the Seydel 1847 Silver. The Seydel 1847 Silver is a beautiful harmonica, and I'm very excited to talk about it in this review. Very highly regarded harmonica. A lot of advanced professional harmonica players rave about this harmonica. It's also very expensive. At the time of shooting this video, it's about $85, but harmonica prices do vary often, so please check the links below the video to see what the price is today. Bendability. Yeah. That 3-draw. Okay, so bendability on this Seydel 1847 Silver, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I can bend all the notes, but I find that the 3-draw especially, I have a hard time controlling the different semitones that I can get there. And it feels like it kind of wants to die out. Now, J.P. Allen, in his review of this harmonica, talks about having this set up aftermarket by a professional that it really wows. And I have not done that yet, and I do want to do that so I can see how that might affect its performance. But I would just want to caution you here that if you're not already really advanced and secure in your bending, I wouldn't recommend this as a harmonica to really be learning and practicing your bends on. Again, because particularly in the 2-draw and 3-draw, and mostly on that 3-draw, I find it's much more difficult to control the bends on this harmonica than it is on, say, a Special 20 or a Lee Oscar or something like that. So I give it a 4 out of 5 stars for bendability. Comfort. This is a super comfortable harmonica, maybe the most comfortable harmonica I've ever played. I would call it the Cadillac of comfort in terms of harmonicas. I like the shape of the cover plates. It's a little bit taller from the top to the bottom. In fact, I've got a Special 20 here. I'll put them up next to each other, and maybe you can see the profile. It's probably hard to see here, but the Seydel has a little bit more of a height to it, so it kind of feels a little bit more substantial in the mouth. Now, the comb is polymer, and the partitions between the chambers here are rounded, so it's very nice and smooth and comfortable on the lips. And the corners here are really nice and rounded, so it's really comfortable in the hands too. Again, this is a very comfortable harmonica. I give it a 5 out of 5 stars for comfort. Tone. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 stars for tone. It's got a nice dark tone. It's got a good projection. It's really nicely in tune out of the box. It really sounds great. It's a bit of a darker tone, definitely, than a marine band, but I think even than a Special 20. Let's just have a listen and compare it to a Special 20 here. And here's the Special 20. So it maybe has a little bit of a darker tone than the Special 20. To my ear, the Special 20 sounds a bit brighter. Some of the contributing factors to the tone of this harmonica is that the reeds are stainless steel. That's also a contributing factor to the price of the harmonica. That's why this harmonica is so much more expensive. It's more expensive to buy the steel than it is the brass that most reeds are made of, and that also affects the tone. I believe that's the difference in the tone. I believe the brass reeds are a little bit brighter, which I personally prefer, and then the tone of these stainless steel reeds is a little bit darker. Another cool thing about the stainless steel reeds, I think, is that if you're the type of player that plays really hard, this thing just seems to sound better the harder you play it. Most harmonicas I play, there's kind of a sweet spot where they sound best, and if you start really just laying into it too hard, you kind of sacrifice the tone. But on this harmonica, that's like I'm just pulling with everything that I have within me, all my strength, and it still sounds great. So if you're like a super hard player, this might be a harmonica that you like to consider. Responsiveness. For responsiveness, I'm giving this a 3 out of 5 stars. I have a hard time playing really fast passages, especially the 2-draw and the 3-draw. I just find them wanting to die out. And even in the middle of the harmonica, I just find that it just doesn't respond the way that I want it to. And this is a largely matter of personal preference. I know a lot of people love this harmonica. It could also be the thing about just kind of needing to get it set up by an aftermarket professional. Once I'm able to do that, I will come back and comment about it. But for right now, it doesn't give me the responsiveness that just reacts as fast as I want to be able to play really fast passages. And that's the thing that really has deterred me from ever becoming a big fan of this harmonica. So again, responsiveness, I give it a 3 out of 5 stars. Looks. This is a super sexy harmonica in my opinion. I love the white comb. I love kind of the rounded shape of the cover plates. Even the engraving on it is quite nice too. This is a harmonica that I think looks great. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 stars because, as you know, key labels matter a lot to me. There is a key label here on the side. It's a sticker. It's kind of small. It's not that easy to read. I would prefer larger key labels. That's the most important thing to me in looks of a harmonica, I would say. So as sexy as it is, I'm still going to dock it a star. Also, in addition to not having good key labels, there are no hole numbers engraved on the top cover plate. Now, this isn't a problem for me personally. I don't think about hole numbers, but this is another reason that I don't recommend this harmonica for beginners, because the hole numbers certainly are helpful when you're first learning how to play the harmonica, undoubtedly. This is a harmonica that's ideal and suitable for an advanced level player. I don't recommend it if you are a beginner. And this is also, along with the lack of good key labels, why I'm only giving it a 4 out of 5 star for looks, even though it's an incredibly sexy harmonica. So the last few things that I want to mention here as it relates to durability and fixability is that my understanding is that this is a very durable harmonica because of the stainless steel, right? Both the reed plate and the reeds themselves are made out of stainless steel inside of this. So it's not prone to corrosion the way that brass or bronze is. And so it's going to tend to have a longer life. I think the stainless steel reeds are also just more durable in general. I think it's harder to blow out reeds on this. It's also more expensive, as I mentioned earlier, because of the stainless steel. But if it's lasting you 3 or 4 times as long as a regular harmonica, in the long run, maybe you end up even, or you even end up ahead, right? Now, it's also got Phillips head screws here on the top, so it looks very easy to open up. And if you want to get a new reed plate or change out reeds or do some tuning, it looks like very easy to fix and to tune. The last thing I want to mention is I believe that it only came with a cardboard box. I'm a pretty disorganized guy. I was looking around my studio trying to find any box. I couldn't find any plastic box that came with it. If you own one and you got a plastic box with yours and I just lost mine, please leave a comment below the video. But I believe that it just ships in a little cardboard box, and so that's a little demerit for it too, especially for the price tag. I would hope that it had some kind of nice plastic box. Of course, if you have a case, then that's a moot point anyway. You're just going to put it in your case. Okay, so for the final verdict, all in all, total score, I give this a 4.2 out of 5 stars. Undoubtedly, this is a fantastic harmonica. I do not recommend it for beginners. I recommend it for advanced intermediate to advanced players only, because it lacks the hole numbers engraved above the holes, and more importantly, it's difficult, I find, to control the bends, especially on the draw 3 and the draw 2. Having said that, undoubtedly, it's a super well-crafted harmonica. Somebody told me once, you're kind of either like a stainless steel guy or a brass guy in what you prefer, both in sort of the responsiveness of it and the sound of it. If that's true, I think I might personally be a brass guy. But again, the stainless steel reeds, everybody seems to agree, are going to be more durable. So even though this harmonica has a super high price tag, it might be a good investment for you, especially if you play really hard, because this baby seems to be able to hold up under quite a lot of abuse. Again, my name is Luke with harmonica.com. I hope this review has been helpful. If you have any questions or comments, want to start a fight with me below the video, I'm happy to talk about all things harmonica as always. I'm joking, of course. I don't want to fight with you. Harmonica is all about love. If you liked this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And keep on rocking the harmonica and making the world a better place.